Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great mercy, not rule well. Salutations to the men of the hopeful and sincere elect. There's Makazar from the Trinidad camp. Just want to do a quick edification for the elect's sake. Alright, so the little clip that I just saw there was from Khalid Muhammad. Alright, now he going off, well, was going off, you know, with Islam. But guess what? He was adamant in what he believed in. And he believed that the so-called white man is the devil, which he is according to the scriptures. And he stayed with that. Alright? And he kept, pushing that the so-called white man is the devil, and basically it can't have peace with them. Alright? And guess what? That is how we had to be in this truth. We had to be adamant for what we believe in. We can't change. We can't waver. Because one of the things he was saying about Louis Farrakhan, he's saying that he changed from their doctrine, from their teaching, and started to intermingle with the so-called whites. He started basically he turned away from the doctrine. All right, and guess what? He might have done it for money or favor or fear of his life, but wherever the case is, at no point you're not supposed to turn from the truth. When I said truth, I'm speaking about concerning the Bible. Alright? Whether Esau presents you with money, right? Whether of emotions that you think some things in the scriptures you don't agree with. Guess what? Hey, there's the scriptures. Alright? It's the scriptures. The scriptures are the words of the Most High. Alright? Whether it be because some of your family members might not agree with it, or you have a wife and you really love that woman and she get offended off of some of the things that you're teaching. Guess what? At no point change the doctrine. Alright? The scripture says the words of the Most High are pure words. Alright? So don't ever change the doctrine. Don't ever twist the words of the Most High to suit yourself or to suit other people. Alright? The truth is the truth. And there is no lie of the truth. And guess what? All people would never love the truth, or it would never cause offense. So if all people accept the truth, guess what? Then is Roman Catholicism and not the truth. Alright? This is 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 2. It says, preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. Alright? So it says, guess what? Reprove, rebuke with all long suffering and doctrine. So you have to reprove, you have to rebuke. Some people would not love the doctrine. Alright? And I said, guess what? Don't change the doctrine. Alright? Whether they accept it or not, the scripture said whether they forbear or not. Because not all gonna give heed to it. And I look up the word to be instant. It says to stand at a place, stand upon, place over, to stand by, be present, to stand over one, place oneself above, used especially of persons coming upon one suddenly. So basically it's like you're being ready to fall upon somebody. Alright, so the scripture is saying always be ready to act, always be ready to react, always be ready to react with the truth, always be ready to reprove, to exhort, always be ready to do the will of the Most High. Alright? At what time? Always be ready. Alright? But when you change the doctrine, guess what? You're not ready to react, because you're not building on the foundation of the Lord. You're actually taking it down. Alright? Then the scripture said he sent us to speak against nations and kingdoms. And if you're not doing that because you fear for your life, because guess what? The times that we're in right now, we are the end. Alright? We are the end. And Esau gonna come against us in the past in concentration camps. And guess what? When you realize that, don't change the doctrine. Don't change the doctrine because you fear for your life, because you fear that they will put you in concentration camps. Nah, don't do that. The scripture said that we have made light of our refuge, and we made an agreement with death and hell. But guess what? The agreement with death and hell will be disannulled. So don't change the doctrine because you're seeking to save your life. Don't ever do that. Preach the doctrine in season and out season. This is Matthew chapter 10 verse 22. And he shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So you're gonna be hated, all right, but you have to endure. All right, it says but when they persecute you in this city, flee into another. For verily I say unto you, you shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. All right, so you're gonna persecute you. It says the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple to be as his master and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house of Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Fear not them therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. So you can't fear them. All right, the words that you preaching are gonna be revealed that it is the truth. So let's stick with the truth. And when Yahweh shall be revealed, guess what? He gonna be revealed unto your glory, but unto their shame. All right. Going on, it says, I tell you what I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the air, that preach ye on the housetops. All right, so speak it openly. Hey, Esau is the devil. The so-called white man is the devil. All right, don't stop preaching that. Don't stop preaching that. Guess what? He's showing you every day that he's the devil. And when you stop preaching that because somebody in your family gonna get offended or you fear for your life, guess what? Then you no longer preaching the truth, because that is the truth. If you stop preaching that the nations going into slavery and that all nations could make it, if they submit to the Lord, then you're not preaching the truth, because that is not the truth. All right, all nations going into slavery under the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. All right, verse 28, it says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Fear the Most High. Don't change the doctrine. If you change the doctrine, then I don't fear the Most High. But in the day when the Lord come, you're going to understand who you were supposed to fear. All right? Be adamant about this truth. Don't change the doctrine. Do not change the doctrine. At all. Don't change the doctrine. All right? This is Hebrews chapter 10 verse 23. It says, let us hold the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promise. So don't waver. Don't go from side to side. Don't change the doctrine. The scriptures talk about a double-minded man. He said he's unstable in all his ways. The scriptures talk about the faint-hearted. The faint-hearted will do what? The faint-hearted will change the doctrine. The faint-hearted will stop preaching because he fears for his life. The faint-hearted will change the doctrine because his woman said, if you don't stop talking about woman or against woman, I will leave you. And the faint-hearted will change the doctrine. The faint-hearted would change the doctrine to accommodate people. But the men of the Lord will stick to the truth, stick to what they have been taught. Then the scripture said, the thing that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou unto faithful men that will be able to teach others. So what you learn, you teach. Don't teach what you ain't learn. If you do that, the Most High gonna destroy you. All right, the Most High will destroy you. This is Matthew chapter 13 verse 20. It says, but he that received the seed in stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet he had not root in himself, but enjoyed for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he was offended. Alright? By and by he was offended. So he was offended and he gave up the doctrine. He stopped preaching, or he changed the doctrine. Alright? And guess what? That individual gonna be destroyed because he changed the doctrine. Because of offensive, the scripture says offenses will come. You were warned. You were warned. You were warned of what you were getting into. This is life and death. The disciples died for this. Yahweh Shai died for this. The prophets died for this. How much more the prophets in the last days, which we are the prophets of the Most High. We are members of the hopeful elect. How much more are we going to be persecuted because of the word? Alright? But guess what? It's going to be to our glory once we endure. Alright? You can't fear what people think about you. Guess what? You're going to be hated. You're going to be hated. You're going to be looked at indifferently. You're going to be looked at as an enemy, as a traitor. You're going to be, the scripture says we're the offscoring of all people. Alright? We're going to be hated. So don't let these things turn you from the truth and have you preaching contrary to the word. Alright? The Lord said if you take away from this word, you're going to take away your name from the book of life. So you have to take that into consideration. Alright? Think hard about what you're doing. Don't change this word. Don't be afraid to speak. If you're afraid to speak, don't do this, don't do this, don't push this word. Alright? Don't join the camp. The final precept here. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 verse 6. It says, seek not to be judged, being not able to take away iniquity, lest at any time thou fear the person of the mighty, and stumbling block in the way of thy uprightness. So guess what? In the scripture said, don't fear them, because the judgment is the Most High's. You go out there and rebuke. Rebuke our men for being homosexuals, being adulterers, alright? Being pussies. Rebuke our women for being whores, alright? For not being subjected to their husbands. Rebuke them. Rebuke our children for being unruly. Rebuke our leaders for not leading our people aright, and for leading them off the edge of cliffs. Rebuke. The scripture said, rebuke with all authority. If Yahweh Hashem shall be for us, who can come against us? So you gotta have faith in the Lord. Show your faith. Hey, Michael Jackson said, keep the faith. Don't let nobody turn you around. Alright? So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Shai, by Hashem ClothedInDoctrine. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great mercy and true well. Salutations to the men of the hopeful and sincere elect. This Makazah saying Shalom and stay strong. We almost out. 2018, a year of prophecy. Shalom.